A strobe light is a blinking light used to visually freeze or slow moving objects, which cannot be clearly viewed with constant light. This simple concept can be applied to examining laryngeal motion using an instrument called a videolaryngeal stroboscope. If viewed using a normal constant light source, the vibration of the vocal folds is too quick for the human eye to follow. The image becomes blurred, and you cannot see vibratory behavior. Videolaryngeal stroboscopy is an examination technique which uses carefully timed strobed illumination to achieve a clear display of vocal fold movement and movement of the surrounding structures. In a stroboscopic examination, selected images from many different glottal cycles at different points in the cycle are illuminated. The timing of the illuminations is based on the fundamental frequency. For video stroboscopy, the timing is also synchronized to the video rate, so that the selected images can be viewed in real time on a video monitor and recorded to videotape for later review. Why can't we see the vocal fold movements without a stroboscope? The human eye can only clearly resolve movement up to about 5 cycles per second. That is, the images stay on the retina for about 1/5 of a second. With this disc spinning at 30 revolutions per second, the colored wedge is moving too quickly for us to see it. Our eyes cannot clearly see quickly moving images. When images are presented at high rates, our visual system fuses the images together. This apparent shortcoming of our visual system is used in filmmaking. This phenomenon is described by Talbot's law. When a series of discrete images, or frames, are presented faster than 5 times a second, the viewer sees them as seamless, smooth motion. Vocal folds can vibrate at frequencies as low as 50 cycles per second to more than 1,500 cycles per second. These rates are well beyond the ability of the human vision system to resolve individual vibratory events or details. Stroboscopy is a technique for viewing vocal fold vibration by selectively illuminating images at different points from different glottal cycles to assemble a representative vibratory cycle. It is an illusion which works so successfully that many examiners forget that they are viewing a reconstructed vibratory cycle consisting of images from many different cycles. For a stroboscope to effectively present a representative vibratory pattern, specific technical capabilities are needed. The stroboscopic technique depends on the selective illumination of the vocal folds during phonation. To do this, the fundamental frequency of the voiced signal must first be detected. A stroboscope must be able to extract the fundamental frequency very accurately and over a wide loudness range and a wide frequency range. In addition, the stroboscope's pitch detector must lock onto the patient's voice quickly. Many patients with voice problems can only phonate for short periods. Once the stroboscope's pitch detector tracks the patient's fundamental frequency, a very short flash of light must be produced at exactly the right instant to capture an image. The strobe light must flash very quickly to avoid blurring the image of the fast-moving folds. A xenon lamp is usually used for stroboscopy because it can produce short successive flashes very rapidly. The flash must be very bright to compensate for the loss of light in an endoscopy system and to compensate for its short duration. Endoscopes, especially flexible endoscopes, transmit only a tiny fraction of the generated light to the area of interest. Video systems require 2 video fields for each video frame. These flashes are produced 60 times a second in the NTSC video system and 50 times a second in the PAL video system. The stroboscope light must be accurately synchronized with the vocal fold vibration. This marked rotating disc can be shown to stand still or to rotate slowly by offsetting the frequency of a strobe light with the rotational speed. The vocal folds can be shown so they appear to stand still or vibrate slowly. For the vocal folds to appear stationary, the flashes occur at the same point or phase in the vibratory cycle. In this voicing example, the strobe light is timed to blink only at the fully abducted position for each video image. To imitate the moving vocal folds, the phase or timing of the flash is changed slightly for each video image. Each flash illuminates the folds at a different point in the vibratory cycle. When these individual images are reconstructed and presented sequentially, the vocal folds appear to move. Stroboscopes use extracted pitch information to determine where in the glottal cycle to flash the light. However, this prediction is based on the assumption that the previous acoustic signal analysis can definitively predict the periods of the successive glottal cycles. Therefore, the vocal fold vibration must be repetitious or quasi-periodic. In some very aperiodic voices, the strobed images are not representative of the actual motion of the vocal folds. However, the surrounding structures can be viewed. The endoscope is a key component because its characteristics and quality are critical to the image quality. The 70-degree rigid endoscope is used most commonly for laryngeal endoscopy, although some examiners also use the 90-degree scope. It is critical that the endoscope provide a uniformly lit, bright, non-distorted image. Flexible endoscopes can also be used. Flexible scopes have the advantage of allowing the patient to phonate more normally. But their disadvantages include image distortion, as illustrated by viewing graph paper, reduced image resolution, reduced brightness, and color distortion.